Does your business go through cycles of being amazingly busy and then sadly quiet? Do you get so wrapped up in now that the future gets ignored? Do you get stuck working in the business and not on the business? And is your business either in famine or feast? If it is, then there's another way. You need to be more squirrel. Welcome, trailblazers, to the Annoyingly Optimistic Show, the prime hub for the most resourceful entrepreneurs and business owners who thirst for a diverse mix of knowledge, stimulation, and a touch of humour. I'm your host, Paul Inskip, ready to guide you on this adrenaline-charged expedition through the realm of business. Together, we'll traverse the intriguing terrain of ideas, dissect the codes of success, and present you with the effective strategies to worry less, make more, and be brilliant. I'm all ears to your feedback, so reach out and comment or drop me a message to share how this podcast has impacted you, sparked your inspiration, or offered a fresh viewpoint. Let's kickstart this annoyingly optimistic expedition together, and always keep in mind to worry less, make more, and be brilliant. Ready to make a leap in your business acumen and scurry to unseen heights? Well, I'm going to inspire you to twitch your worries away and chase your goals with the energetic gusto and inquisitiveness of our fluffy-tailed companions. Prepare to stash away your successes, leaving your competitors baffled and lagging in your tracks. We're going to harness your inner acorn aficionado, and it's your turn to prove to the world that you're not just a smart cookie, but rather a shrewd nut. Now, I recently had the privilege of conversing with some exceptional business minds, and I'm excited for you to hear their insights in the upcoming weeks through my second podcast. Now, not to make this a flagrant self-promotion, although it might sound like one, this is more about connecting the dots. In my podcast named The Profitable Squirrel, you see there's a theme here, I often ask my guests to identify themselves with an animal, leading to some intriguing responses. We've had quite the menagerie: deer, lions, octopus, labradors, and so on. But upon reflection, I realized that my business animal is indeed a squirrel. So what's yours? Drop me a message. I'd be thrilled to know. Now let me reel back from my Doug from Pixar-like distraction, squirrel, and proceed with my tale. So before your imagination run wild, I must clarify. I have no particular fondness for nuts. I lack a fluffy tail, and sadly, scampering up trees is not a skill in my arsenal. However, I do share a couple of critical attributes with the nimble creature. And in case you're worrying, I'm more inclined to be a red squirrel over a grey one, but that's just a personal preference. First is innovative thinking, their problem-solving prowess, and their instinctive readiness for what lies ahead by taking full advantage of the prosperous times to prepare for the leaner periods. These are the very traits that every business owner should hone in on. And that's why you need to be more squirrel. So looking back at the past 20 plus years, there's a veritable nut pile of times I yearned to have been more squirrel-like, especially when I'd missed the wood for the trees and failed to plan accordingly. Now, this is a pitfall many, if not most, of us tend to stumble into. We toil away, lose ourselves in the hustle, and end up immersing in the tasks we relish, crafting exceptional value for our customers. We're operating at full tilt. The customers are bountiful. We finally feel like we've cracked the acorn. All the grinding seems worthwhile, and we're relishing the lush fruits of our toil. We've spent nearly a month busily concocting amazing stuff. And at this zenith, we lean back, pat ourselves on the back, and soak in our accomplishments. Then, in the midst of this tranquil, euphoric pause, we cast our eyes over the calendar, the ledger, or whatever indicates what's on the horizon. And you've already probably guessed the punchline. It's empty. There's nothing there. We've been so engrossed in the operational side of the business that we've overlooked the strategic part. No marketing, no strategizing, no planning, zilch. Been there, done that, more times than I'd care to admit. But the worst case still haunts me. It was a chilly Christmas season. October and November had been a bonanza, brimming with satisfied customers. Then suddenly it's December the 6th, and the calendar echoes in its emptiness. For the rest of the year, an entire month, no customers, no action. What in the squirrel's name had happened? Where did I falter? Panic and doubt grabbed the steering wheel. And it was a rude awakening that you can't sustain a successful business on a feast and famine approach. You need to be shrewder, more squirrel-like, and tackle it from a different angle. Otherwise, what I realized was one of those business famines might just turn out to be my business's final winter. What ultimately served as the catalyst for this pivotal transition was largely thanks to a slender, towering cardboard box. A box that was home to a miniature smorgasbord of chocolates behind intricately crafted tiny doors, festooned with vibrant numbers. In case you're still crunching the nuts, yes, it was an advent calendar. Now, you're probably wondering, how did this festive countdown help me find my inner squirrel? Well, every day brought with it a sweet surprise, something to anticipate, a structure. Despite revealing these delectable treats throughout December, the calendar was conceived and crafted back in July. And yes, I did take it apart to find that out. And cross my heart, I didn't eat all the chocolates at the same time. That's when the piece of the jigsaw started to fall into place. An innovative concept, forecasting months into the future, underpinned by a solid plan. The epiphany not only provided me with an ingenious blueprint for my marketing campaigns during December, but it also ignited the squirrel within me to remain industrious throughout the year. So, can squirreling away benefit your business? Curious how this nutty creature offers inspiration? Well, squirrels are experts at securing food reserves for winter's scarcity. Now, previously it was thought that this was haphazard, but it turns out squirrels use something called spatial chunking, a method for storing diverse nuts, ensuring they recall where they stashed each variety. These skills are valuable in the business world. So let's bring this home. Now, often, businesses focus on immediate tasks for instant success, collecting fresh nuts, or rather new business. Tactics are deployed urgently, creating temporary results. Well, sounds efficient, right? However, this leaves us vulnerable to the squirrelless cycle. The busier we are, the longer we ignore planning, leading to panic when we face a work drought. Now, sadly, this pattern often repeats, leaving businesses feeling trapped. Complaints such as needing more customers, finding marketing tough, not having any new ideas, and we just perpetuate this cycle. Now, the solution is to emulate the squirrel. Juggle 2 tasks, or dare we say 3. Now, starting small is okay. Now, what I propose is a method for long-term success. You can do this in a number of different ways, but this is one that will give you that long-term success. So let's dive in. So next time you are in mild nut-free panic mode and putting together another campaign for the coming weeks, take the time to fast forward 6 months. Now, 6 months is a good chunk of time because no matter where you are in the year, it will present a different season and a different opportunity. Now, take this idea you're just about to use and break it down into its key parts. Now, for a handy worksheet to help you do this, go to worrylessmakemore.co.uk/be more squirrel. And there's a download you can go there which will help this part. So, carrying on from that, you want to identify and record what you expect from this promo that you're just about to do. The target, the audience, the timescale, what you plan to spend, the idea. Really break it down as if you're about to explain it to a brand new member of staff. Armed with this information, look at the calendar 6 months from now. See what month, time of year it is, and see how you can adapt this promotion that you're about to do and fit it in to that time of the year. Now, a quick aside at this moment, if you don't have a successful campaign to base this on, that's fine, because the lessons you're about to learn can then be applied back to the future plans. What we're doing here is leveraging our time, just like the squirrel. Rather than spending the time and energy, we've now created 3, not 1 campaign. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where's the third one? Well, we're about to deploy this marketing that we've broken down so that we understand it. We've adapted it and repurposed it for 6 months' time. But 12 months from now, guess what? We can deploy this campaign again, but even better. Now, once you have the now and the 6 months ideas, jump into your AI assistant of choice. Hopefully you are all using some kind of AI, and get it to help you take those ideas and put together a whole campaign from teasers, build up, launch, follow up, and reminders, the social media posts, emails, blogs, and more. Within a short period of time, you will have the campaign to generate work right now, in 6 months' time, and in 12 months' time. What you should now be thinking is, yeah, but I'm still going to be stuck again in a few weeks when this promo ends. Yeah, unfortunately you are. I did say this was the long-term method. But within a few months or even a few weeks, you will start catching up with your future plans, and the gaps will start to be filled in advance. And all of a sudden, you will have a set of pre-prepared campaigns ready to work with very little input for you. Now, do you want even higher efficiency? Well, let's amp up this nuttiness. As you plot the 6-month campaign, skim through the adjacent months. Are there any other adaptable ideas popping up? Any other things that happen in the months preceding or following this 6 months that we're looking at? Now, planning might feel wasteful, but soon these future products, future projects, these future ideas will morph into immediate result generators. Now, there's a second act to this squirrel saga: campaign efficiency. Now, borrowing from our bushy-tailed mentors, spatial chunking, you'll employ a similar strategy to squeeze extra juice from your efforts. Now, rewind to your trio of campaigns, focusing on the critical call to action. Typically, it's some kind of buy now, book in, do it now kind of command. That's effective, sure, but consider this. For every immediate buyer, there are 10 times more who just shy away. They're not ready to dive in. So cast your net wider. Offer a risk-free option like a sign-up or a freebie or an incentive, something that will get them to take action that has no risk, that's easy for them to do. And then apply a nurturing sequence, a regular contact that can reel in 25% or more additional sales, typically within 2 to 16 weeks. Just as our squirrel diligently hoards for the future while enjoying the present, so can you. A little extra time spent now can yield a harvest of future customers. Now, this squirrel-centric strategy can extend much further into planning and clever execution. Consider this as a teaser for your upcoming transformation into an agile, future-proof business squirrel. By taking the effort that you've used and you're about to use for the campaign right now and turning that into something for 6 months and 12 months' time and more, by taking those ideas and not just getting people to do a hard, scary action now, but give them something softer and easier and more risk-free that they can do. These two techniques alone can help your business start to fill in those gaps and become more efficient. So it really is time to be more squirrel. So that's a wrap on this episode of the Annoyingly Optimistic Show. Fingers crossed it's tickled your fancy with loads of insights, inspiration, and innovative ideas to address your business challenges with a wink and enthusiastic hop. Had a ball? Share this episode, sprinkle us with stars in a review, or get in touch to see how we can make your business dreams come true. For more goodies, visit worrylessmakemore.co.uk and get signed up for my Worry Less newsletter. Until next time, keep your worries light, your ambitions high, and your brilliance ever brighter.